Assalamu alaikum dear students. Today we'll be discussing another important theory of chemical bonding, that's molecular orbital theory, abbreviated as MOT. This theory was put forth by Hund and Mulliken, and this theory was proposed to explain the limitations of valence bond theory. So there were certain observations which molecular valence bond theory could not explain. To explain these observations, molecular orbital theory was proposed. One of the important observations that valence bond theory could not account for is paramagnetic nature of oxygen molecule. As per valence bond theory, oxygen molecule should have been diamagnetic in nature, but actually oxygen molecule is paramagnetic in nature. So this could not be explained by valence bond theory, but this was beautifully explained by molecular orbital theory. The molecular orbital theory is purely a quantum mechanical concept, so it's based on quantum mechanics. The underlying principle of molecular orbital theory is LCAO, linear combination of atomic orbitals approach. So as per LCAO, each orbital is treated as a wave function and is designated by psi. So at the time of bond formation, when two atoms approach each other, the atomic orbital wave functions undergo mixing. As they are waves, they undergo interference. So we know that waves can undergo interference in two different ways. One of the ways is that they constructively interfere, they add up, their amplitudes add up. And when two atomic orbital wave functions are in phase, they undergo constructive interference and they form a new wave function which will be called as molecular orbital wave function. And the orbital will be called as bonding molecular orbital. This bonding molecular orbital is having energy less than either of the atomic orbitals. And amplitude of the molecular orbital wave function will be sum of the amplitudes of two atomic orbital wave functions. Now, another way of undergoing interference is destructive interference. So if the two waves are out of phase, they undergo destructive interference. As a result of destructive interference, the new wave function that results is called as anti-bonding molecular orbital wave function, and the orbital is called as anti-bonding molecular orbital. The energy of this anti-bonding molecular orbital is higher than either of the energies of either of the atomic orbitals. In nutshell, we can say that when two atomic orbitals undergo mixing, they form two new molecular orbitals. One of the molecular orbitals is having energy less than either of the atomic orbitals, and another molecular orbital is having energy higher than either of the atomic orbitals. The molecular orbital having lesser energy is called as bonding molecular orbital, and the orbital having higher energy is called as anti-bonding molecular orbital. So suppose we designate the resultant wave function as phi and the two atomic orbital wave functions as psi a and psi b. So case first is that's when the two wave functions undergo constructive interference, the resultant wave function phi will be equal to psi a plus psi b. That's their amplitudes add up. They undergo constructive interference. So we know that the probability of finding an electron is taken equal to square of the wave function. So phi square will be equal to psi a plus psi b ka whole square. and that will be equal to psi a square plus psi b square plus twice psi a psi b. In other words, we can say that the probability of finding an electron in a molecular orbital is very high. As we have shown, this phi square is greater than psi square plus psi b square. So the molecular orbital formed by the additive effect or constructive interference of the atomic orbitals are called bonding molecular orbitals. Case second, that is when the two atomic orbital wave functions are out of phase, they will undergo destructive interference, and the resultant wave function, that's molecular orbital wave function, phi will be equal to psi a minus psi b, and the probability of finding an electron, that is square of the wave function phi square, will be equal to psi a minus psi b ka whole square, and this will be equal to psi square plus psi b square minus twice psi a psi b. So in this very situation, the probability of finding an electron in an antibonding orbital is very, very less. Okay, it's less than the sum of the probabilities of finding electron in atomic orbitals, that is psi square plus psi b square. So the molecular orbital formed by the subtractive effect of the atomic orbitals is called antibonding molecular orbital. As we have shown over here, two s orbitals, 1s and 1s, they undergo mixing as per LCAO, and they form two new orbitals. One is lesser in energy than both of the orbitals and is called as bonding molecular orbital. Another is higher in energy and is called as antibonding molecular orbital. The bonding molecular orbital is designated by sigma, and the antibonding molecular orbital is designated by sigma asterisk. So we'll discuss it later. What is sigma, what is pi? So this is LCAO.